Hey guys, it's Mitch Sephora. Welcome to another vlog. I've got some exciting news. So as I've told you, my car's been broken for some time now. I blew the coil pack. So what I've gone and done is I've ordered the ignition kit, but an aftermarket one, which should run better on the car. But here they are. So I'm gonna do an unboxing on those in a second. I just gotta go pick up the wizard, Mr. Cripple Boy. I'm gonna do an unboxing on those two packages there and I'm gonna install them on the car. So I'm hoping she runs well and hopefully I don't need to buy any more parts. I'm hoping she's fixed. So I gotta go pick up a feeler gauge from Bunnings because I gotta gap the spark plugs correctly for the car. But I'm gonna go pick up the boy now, so I'll see you guys in a bit. It's the wizard. Ah, he's got the new cast on.
Yeah, new fiberglass car. I don't think they know about the new news on this.
On what? Oh yeah, they don't.
ACL, they don't.
They don't.
Shall we explain to them?
Alright guys. So Mitch.
Oh no.
So Mitch went and got some updated news. Sorry, the camera angle's a bit bad here. Oh yeah, wait, sneaky little hack.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah. So now they can see our faces. Alright.
So originally we told you about me having to go get an MRI on my knee, and we first originally thought that my MCL could have been torn or had a bit of ligament damage to it. However, yesterday I went and got my results and it turns out that I've actually completely torn my ACL and now I've got to go into surgery.
Anyways, we're off to Bunnings. Gonna go get a good old Bunnings snag.
Oh yeah.
No, they don't make the snags at this time of night. We'll go there on the weekend though and we'll get one for sure. But no, we should go do a video. Guys, I don't know if you guys want to see this, but we will go to Bunnings and we'll get like 10 snags each and see if we... Dude, it's 20 bucks. It's 20 bucks. So we'll do 10 snags each and see if we can eat them all. I reckon it'll be a challenge, but that'll be another food comp. So we're pretty into the food comp. So if you guys have any other food comps, recommend them. But Mitch and Mitch, see you at Bunnings. Right, here we are guys. We're at Bunnings.
Oh, this is my trade. This is where I buy all my tools.
Alright guys, yeah, so I need a feeler gauge for the spark plugs, but I got no idea where it is. She said it's a side chrome. Like, look at all of the...
What's it called again?
Feeler gauge.
What's it look like?
We don't know what we're looking for. Oh, we kind of do.
Oh, here we go. Found it both.
Oh, sweet, we got it.
It's all good.
Right there. Alright, okay.
So,
Here we got it boys.
That's
it.
what you want before you buy it.
Yeah. I think that's it. 32 by it.
He thinks he's back into YouTube. It's just, I think.
Wow. I think this is good. I think it's good. Alright, let's go buy it. My worst fear is carrying this camera around everywhere I go and potentially like dropping it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a dog. Look at it. Oh. Everyone's probably gonna like stare inside the car. That's what I don't like about driving at night time. I'm gonna go home and like try and fix my car and get a video up for you as well. But it's so weird driving a car like this going from the 135. Like on the 135, you like get on boost and it's just like, this is sick. And then you hop in this and you're just like, okay, I gotta wait. Like, dude, the thing I love about fast cars. What was that?
Let's go on the other one.
Oh, it was a Getz. It was a Honda Getz. So the thing I love about fast cars is if you're like merging. Oh, there's a Falcon. Okay, guys, in Australia, the Barra, like Falcons are, you can make them so fast. Oh, look, there's another modified car. Wait, I know that guy.
Subaru.
I know him. His name's Dominic.
Everyone has Subarus because you know Subaru's the best, and that's why I'm getting a Subaru.
Hey, Dom. You can't hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's another modified car. Oh, look, it's a group of cars.
I know him. Put up the window. Put up the window. He's gay. Put up the window. I hate him. I want to knock him out with my cars.
This will be on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Alright guys, we got a little game modified vehicles here. We're going to take off and be like... We're going to be doing an unboxing of these parts, so I'm pretty keen to open them. I want to open the ignition kit first, because that's going to be cool. Spark plug is boring. All they do is just screw in. What's so cool about the spark plug? Here she is, the 135, currently quite broken.
Yeah, bro, what's up?
I wonder if that wizard is still sitting behind my car.
I don't know.
Do you reckon he is?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Alright guys, I just want to show you how dirty my car is. Okay, so look at that. Look how filthy it is. What are you doing?
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Yes.
What if your leg just like pops out to the side?
Oh, I'm gonna be on the ground fucking holding my thing out. You can't really see it. But
Legs of Olympus.
they're all gonna go now. Like, everything's gonna go, but I'm gonna come back bigger and stronger.
This is the first package from ECS Tuning. These are the NGK one-step cold spark plugs. So ECS Tuning are very good with their deliveries. So they got these to me in like a few days. Like, they're amazing. Next up for the heavy package, I'm gonna do this one on the ground. All right, guys. So this is the ignition kit. Oh, dude, they're fat. They're huge. So they're the coil packs. That's the brackets to secure it to the fuel rail, I think. What's this? Connectors. And here we have the actual ignition. I think this like increases the output of each coil. They're massive. These are huge, man. Alright guys, so I'll just show you what they look like. So these are gonna mount on top of the engine. All 6 of them. They're huge. But yeah, this increases the output of the coils by 250%. I think it increases spark by 133%, something like that. But man, these are heavy duty. These are gonna look insane on top of the motor.
You better hope they fit. They look pretty big.
Yeah, I gotta put 6 of them. This is why I'm gonna have to not run the top. Millie, look at this. Power, performance. This is performance part, Millie. Come on, over here, sit down, sit down. Oh, you ready? Are you ready? Alright guys, so this is the currently broken 135i. So I'll just show you guys the engine bay here. I've pulled a lot of the top covers off so you can actually see a few things. And from here I got to remove the intake and all the stuff on top of the engine to get to the spark plug. So what we're replacing today is the spark plugs. I've upgraded the spark plugs to one-step colder NGK, which I've gapped with a feeler gauge. So they're gapped to 0.022 because it is running a tune and it's pushing a bit more power. Then I've also got an ignition coil kit which I'm installing across the fuel rail, which will be running on top of those spark plugs, which are the coils, the ignition coils. So let's get to it. So first, as we are working with electric spark plugs, which do have voltage going to them, we do want to disconnect the battery. So that's the first thing you guys are going to want to do. Yeah, if you guys are ever going to be doing a job like this, I guess a few of you might be. For those that follow me because of the, I guess, the car. So good old BPI on the go. And another BPI. Always got to have that BPI on you wherever you are. Disconnecting the battery in the 135s. They are in the boot here. So you just get a 10mm on that negative terminal. And you want to just loosen that off, not fully, and then just pull up the negative. So there we go, and just place it down beside the battery. There you go, just so you guys can see. So I've just placed that down beside the battery. You want to disconnect that, and then you're fine to drop that back down. And you want to leave the boot open. So when you go to reconnect the battery, you need to get back into the boot. However, the boot is electronically opened. Like you can't unlock the boot with a key. So you make sure you either put something here to prevent it from closing, or leave it open, just so you don't get locked out of the car as the battery is dead. It's pretty hard to get back into it. So from there, now the car isn't live. We can come around to the front. And first thing you want to do is take off all the covers. So I took off the engine cover, the top, I guess, air filter, and just all that stuff that covers the car. What I plan to do is actually get some cowl filters, or whatever you call them, to put up the top there so I can easily just access the engine bay in here. What I'm going to do first is I've pulled out the plugs for the air intake, the mass airflow sensor, but now we're going to remove this air intake so we can take off this plastic cover so we have access to the top of the engine. So I'm going to get into that now. My head torch has died, so now it's making it a bit hard to see. So I'm going to try and source some AAAs. Where do I have some spare ones? I don't think I do. I don't think I've got any spare ones.
Good job, Bo.
Should have bought some at Bunnings. They have batteries, they have everything. Alright, I'm gonna go try and get some batteries. Alright guys, off to the service station to get these batteries. here we go. 2 packets of batteries. I just doubled up for preps.
Should always be prepared for a good old car build.
Yeah, dude. Alright guys, we just got some new batteries. Flick that on, that on. Boom.
Boom.
Now we're lit. Literally. Alright guys, so continuing on from where we left off. So this intake, you just don't bother about undoing all of it. You just want to undo the one on the end here. This should just wiggle off like that. So that's apart. And then what we want to do is pull, just get rid of all this intake. I mean, so this is clamped onto here, but I'm literally just going to pull it all off. So what we're going to do is pull this out. So that's the intake that I'm running on the car. It's just the Berger Motorsports BMS intake filter. It's pretty good, adds a great sound to the car. I really like it. And I would recommend it as a performance modification. Okay, so we'll set this aside. Next up on the car, we want to be removing this whole plastic top piece. So to get in there and get it off, the easiest way is probably to, you want to remove this plastic cover there. And then through here, you want to work all of these out of the cover. There we go. Okay, so to make things easier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this front brace. So to do that, we just got to undo that and then undo that bolt, and that can slide out. Okay, so that appears to be a 15 in there. Just want to loosen that off. This piece here just lifts up and slides out from that boot. Okay, and it is a bit tricky to get this out, so don't be alarmed if you find it a bit difficult. Okay, so that's that out. Okay, so now you have access to the top of the engine through here. So you can see the spark plug, or you can see all the coils. So to get to these coils, because I've got the catch can, it's a bit difficult with the with this pipe in here. So you want to move this pipe out of this tube out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this off. And I'll remove this one as well. Alright, so that one there has finally come off. And be able to move it back out and free up some room there. Get this bracket off just so we can access cylinder 5 and cylinder 6. So what we're going to do is these things here, these little plugs, they easily just come out. So you just unclip them. That's one out. This other one, unclip that. Move them to the side there. So from there now we can get into that little screw in there, and we'll pop this one out here. Okay, so this is a T35. Just put that into that bolt and just unscrew it. Okay, so from there now we can move that around and get to those plugs. So to remove these coil packs, all you got to do is get your push this up, flick it up, and then that pushes the plug out. So then that comes undone. Yeah, so from there, you just want to go out, get a good hold of it, and pop it out. So there we go, that's a coil.
Looks so weird.
They look pretty good. Seem like a pretty good condition. I mean, I didn't lose all of them. It was just a few. Okay, so you just want to do that with all of the coil packs. Got a bit of a mechanic pump on there. Okay, so from here, we can now access the spark plugs. So the spark plugs are down in each of those holes. And what I'll do is I'll actually got a tool, which I'll show you. You connect that onto one of the extensions and you get down there and pull them out. So this is the extension that I purchased. Just a 12-point slim socket, which is for the BMWs. So this one, you just push it each hole onto the spark plug, and make sure you have an extension to get it in there, and then just undo them all by hand. Secure it on top of the spark plug. Now keep turning until it's completely out. Like so. Okay, so you can see that's got a lot of carbon build-up on it. That actually looks terrible.
That's so bad.
When I pull out the new ones, you guys will realise how much better they look. But yeah, they look terrible.
It's pretty bad.
It's gross, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes a bit to break them, so like that. Seems as if it's very bad, but yeah, you got to break them, and from there you just undo them. So these are the NGK laser iridium spark plugs. I've gapped them all to 0.022. Look at that. Alright, so I put the new spark plug on there. As you can see, that's very nice, brand new. We're going to put it back into cylinder 1. Okay, this is the second spark plug. 2 are in there, and I'm just going to take the last 4 out. Now we're going to torque them all down to spec. Alright guys, so I've just set the torque wrench up to 23 Newton meters of torque. So now I'm going to torque them down. Alright. I think it's a 12. Alright guys, so now we're installing the Precision Raceworks Ignition Kit on the car. So all those, I guess, power packs, whatever you'd call them, sit on the fuel rail. So all 6 of them run across there on the N55 engine. And then from there the plugs go in and go across and you connect the cables across. But so to mount it, they come with these little brackets. And with these brackets you got to mount them onto these screws on the fuel rail. So they'll sit in there, and then you can screw the power pack things on the sides into these brackets, and they just sit all the way across there. Pull these out of your way, get these out. Just want to get onto here. What you want to do is you don't want to undo it fully. Then you want to grab the bracket. Okay, so that's just got to sit in there, and then retighten that. So ideally if you have 2 people, it's better. Alright, so that's tight. Then the power pack should sit in there. Alright, so there's another bracket in there. From there, all we do is we just join these up together, so they all sit as one piece. They're not exactly fitting too well. So the 2 brackets, I've installed them right there and up there, but when you sit the power packs along there, they actually hit the intake here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and I'm actually going to cut that off the intake and remove it just so they can sit in there. And I'll probably remove this little nipple there as well. 2 little screws on the back here. In there, but we can't get it in because of that. So we're going to have to take that off. The worst part is it's the intake manifold. If you crack that, you're done. Like, you got to get a new one. Oops. Now we can access it easier. I'm just gonna put this one in.
So you install one more on this side and one more on that side.
Alright guys, so I just used the Dremel and I cut this part off the intake. But yeah.
Hopefully it should fit now.
So it should fit. Alright guys, so I got the last one in. The only way I could really do it on the on this engine was to actually remove a little bracket. So there's a little bracket up here sitting on top of the intake manifold, which was holding this little sensor in here. So I just removed that off that bracket and just let it hang down. And then I just got these cables up further. We finally got all of those power packs on, and now all we really got to do is put the plugs in and connect them up. So that wants to go that way, so literally just push them down and push them in. Alright, so just push them all the way in and then hook them onto there. So now we just got to connect these things from the stock connector to the aftermarket one. So it's pretty easy, you just plug in from one side to the other. So that's what they look like installed. Alright guys, excuse the headlamp. I've pretty well put the car back together now. I'll show you guys just the little things that I had to do to just get it back to pretty well finished stage. Alright guys, so this is how the car looks pretty well finished. So I've put that front strut brace back in. I just got to tighten that up. That's all the cables there sitting neatly. I've reconnected the catch can, screwed all the brackets back in up the back with all the wires up in there. I've cut that intake, so that's all cleaned up, so that fits in there nicely. Now here it's just pretty well put that top piece back on and then sit the air filter in there and connect it up, and then she's all good. So I already reflashed the car with the MHD, and I ticked the box that says Precision Raceworks Kit, coil kit, or whatever it is installed. But anyway guys, I'm gonna finish putting it back together and hopefully she works.
Close up of this.
So guys, when I went and saw Adam LZ when he came to Brisbane, got his signature in my car on the dash, on the trim, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty epic. So we were driving up here a bit earlier as we were going to get fuel, and then I thought we'd best go home to get the camera. So this P-plater has a Ford Falcon sedan. He's come around the corner and lost it and completely written off his car, and now a cop has just like got him. Look at this. And when we came around the corner before, the car was actually up on the curb. It's just completely smashed up. The tyres are all popped, and the guys that were in the car were all pushing it, trying to like maneuver around the road to get it off the road. But
as they're pushing it around to get it straight, looks to the left and just the lights.
Yeah, cops are passing through as they rode it off. Like, most unlucky thing ever.
You know, the good old zip ties or cable ties, as some of them call them.
Well, it's like solid.
I was born ready. Man, this thing hammers.